Alrighty, we should be live. YouTube was doing some weird things as I started it up, so hopefully we're public, because I know that's happened before where I started it up, thought I was live, and I was live on unlisted, so I think I'm good. But yeah, today we are just going to be doing some messing around. It's only 3:30 in the afternoon where I'm at, so we got plenty of time before the sun goes down. We're going to shoot some bows today. Possibly shoot some slingshots, some that'll do a little bit of target practice stuff. I've been doing a lot of that lately. We may go over to the creek nearby and fish a little bit. I was going to try and do some trout fishing today, but I heard that it was really bad, so I held off on that. I'm going to let the trout get settled in. They were only stocked 2 days ago, so let them get settled in before I start targeting them for the fall trout stocking season. But yeah, we're going to do some stuff around, get some stuff organized. My parents are away on a vacation weekend. So my sister and I are here alone. My mom's car's here, but my dad's car is not. They took it. They're in the Finger Lake region of New York, so that's pretty sweet. They've been sending me some pictures, but I need to generally hang around the house because my sister's up there doing homework. But yeah, we can go over to the little creek, go over to the range, do some stuff here in the garage. I might need to move the car, but yeah. Simple stuff. We're going to have some fun here today. Raptor Will, awesome members in. Thanks for stopping in, Will. Will always, not always, but a lot of the times ends up managing to find his way in here. He's a very committed viewer. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I don't have to worry about someone pulling a car in here, so I am going to get my bow set up. We're going to start with the bow and then go from there. Oh yeah. Alright. I just did an archery live recently. So you guys generally know the deal. I also did some testing. I was showing you guys the new set of arrows versus the old set of arrows. They're both Easton 6.5s, but these have a new vane on them, new type of vane, the updated ones. I did some testing and I weighed them and looked at the weight variance in this set and this set. They're really only a grain difference, so inside of 60 yards, these will fly the exact same as these. So it really doesn't matter which one I use unless I'm shooting past 60 yards. Sometimes I drink tap water, but I don't tell no one about it. Okay then, not sure what that's supposed to mean, but you do you. Got the target. 23 people in here. Jeez Louise. Thanks for coming in. We just started it up. 3 minutes in. Alright. New release. I'm going to put out a community post about some of the stuff that happened with this. But if you guys watched my archery live, it was on, when was that? Monday? I think Monday? Sometime recently, I can't remember. But on my recent archery live, you'll know that this is a new release that I was trying to get set up, and I wanted to shorten up the, we'll call it the little connection section here. I did so now it's in a much better spot. We get more contact, more purchase with it when I'm laying on that trigger. Just does pretty well. So we're in a better spot with that. Gonna get the stabilizer bars on. We'll go over there, shoot a couple shots. I shot for like an hour yesterday off camera with the blue, well, actually with both bows, but with the blue bow. I'm trying to get that one completely sighted in and ready to go so I can finish filming with that for the archery or compound bow archery specifically. Learning curve video, not recurve. So I'm going to try and see if I can knock that filming section out tomorrow, get that completely finished up. But yeah, we're going to primarily be shooting with the new bow today. I just got a used bow, but my brother said it's too short for my arm length. Should I go test it out or have it replaced with longer limbs before trying to shoot? So if he's referring to it's too short for your arm length, what he's probably referring to, here I'll tip it up so you can see. What he's probably referring to is the draw length. You want your draw to come here. You want it right here. Your arm can have a little bit of bend in it, but mostly straight, just a little bit of bend in the elbow. Don't lock it out. You want this to be able to touch the corner of your mouth, this to be down on your jaw, and be able to put your nose on the string. If you can do all those and have a little bit of bend in your arm, then it's good. Otherwise, you'll be all crunched up. You won't be able to extend all the way. And then the alternative is the only way you can get it to draw fully is actually fully pushing that arm out and locking it, not having any bend there. So, yeah. You don't need to replace anything. What you need to do more than likely is go to a bow shop. They will press this bow or sometimes just use a little screw. They'll rotate these little pieces up here to get it set to the right draw length for you. And it's not too hard of a process. You don't need to replace anything. Just take it to a bow shop. They can get you covered. So, yeah. One shot after I go to work. Oh, okay. Are you saying you take one shot after work? That's a good thing to do. Like, even just getting one shot a day, if you're like training to do some hunting or whatever, is really good because you're only going to take one shot. I've been doing a lot of off-camera work with just taking one arrow over to my backyard range and then focus shooting and then going down and grab it. It forces me to slow down and just really focus on that one shot, which is really nice. But it's not very good for doing it live because then I have to leave the camera like every 12 seconds. So I'm going to take probably 3 arrows over there today for the live. We will... I don't speak English, sorry. No, you're good. I have a lot of people come in here who don't speak English. If I don't understand what you're saying, it's not a reflection on my level of respect for you. Sometimes I just don't understand. All right, so we might get some iffy connection here in a moment. Stay with me because I'm leaving. That's my house. We're leaving the Wi-Fi, and it should switch over to data as I walk away. So stay with me if it gets iffy. Walk you back in here. All right. We put this up on Monday. Raptor Will was saying he does remember it's Monday. It was raining. It was raining pretty good. But I just put this up on Monday. We got a bow hanger in here now. Got the little range, which is great because I don't have to put it on the ground. I don't like doing that. Let me make sure the chat's reconnected. All right, that should be good. Hopefully people come back in. I know that was a little lapse there. Hopefully the signal's looking good. I gotta grab the target real quick. Will, I know you're probably still in here because you stick around. Entertain people while I'm gone. There you go. How many people in here? 9. All right. Oh, there's a squirrel. I'm gonna go put the target down range. We'll start at 20 yards. It's always a place to start. And then we'll get to shooting. Yep, squirrel. I'm like a dog. Add a Q&A sticker. Ooh. I'll have to look at that eventually. So, fresh arrows. These are the ones with the bully veins on them, not the blazers. These are pretty new. All right, first shot of the day. I always like seeing how I perform on the first shot of the day. Cold, haven't warmed up at all. Let's see how it goes. I think that's in the dot of bullseye, but it's off to the right a tad, maybe an inch away from dead center. It's pretty good. From 20. Try again. Aim at the same spot. That one's left from the previous spot, but still pretty good. We'll take you down there and show you what I did. This is completely cold, no warm up. Knocked the flashlight out of my pocket. I think they're all pretty good. They're a tad low, which sometimes it's just like that. Make sure my sight's in the right spot. They're all pretty good as far as aiming goes. 9 people in here. I'll show you what they look like. They're all generally in the mix. Whenever I get distracted mid-task or mid-conversation, I say that I got squirreled. Yes, I say that about my girlfriend a lot. She does that. I'll have to send her this clip later. When I said that, she'll think it's funny. How far into the live are we? 13 minutes? I gotta mentally note 13 minutes. All right. See if we can put a couple more in the dot. I'm gonna aim for the leftmost dot on this shot. Ugh. That was not the greatest. It was definitely right, but I mean, it's 2 inches away. It's fine. Right dot. That one's pretty good. And top dot. That was pretty good. I'll go down there and grab them. Alright, let's see if we can put one in the dead middle. I'm not going to talk to y'all, just focus. It is funny. Like, I shoot fine when I'm on live, but when my, we'll call it my thought process is constantly interrupted by looking back at chat and stuff, I don't shoot as well. I shoot fine, just not as well. So I'm gonna shoot this round without saying a word to you guys, see how it goes. Finger slip. That's on me. Other than the one where my finger did a weird thing, it's a much better group. One of them, I think, is maybe an 1/8 of an inch from dead middle. The other one's probably 1/2 inch, and then the one where my finger slipped still probably only an inch off. So when I say my finger slipped, it's actually a mental thing. My finger didn't slip. I just kind of got partway through, and my brain didn't commit to the shot, so I kind of like went right before I shot, and then I had to like regain mental consciousness, and it wasn't the best for that reason. Like, you gotta just fully commit or else it's not gonna work. We got someone in here speaking another language. I don't know what that is. I don't have a chat feature. Yeah, I just shortened it. I do agree. It probably needs to be shortened a little bit more. I just cut it the other day. I was on live with it. It's brand new. This is the 3rd time I've shot it. So I just cut it and tied this knot in here, shortened it the other day. I probably need to shorten it maybe another 1/2 inch because I want to be able to wrap. I can wrap to here. I want to be able to wrap to here. Yep. So I want to be able to wrap to here, which frankly is probably this thing. We probably just fixed our issue. Yep, we did. I just need to... I actually had it on the wrong loop there. It should be fine now. We'll see. We'll check back on this group and see if this hole on the strap is better for me. Yeah, wrap over and pull. That's exactly what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, you want to have back tension. You're pulling your scapula and your rear delt right here, that one. That's what's pulling. You're not pulling with your finger. You're pulling through it. Leslie Jones, hello. You're exactly right. Actually, one of the best things I can probably do, because you guys can't see where it's hitting on the target anyway, because a lot of people like to, we'll call it, a lot of people can't totally see what my shot form's looking like. Some people are like, you need to bend your elbow, when my elbow's actually bent. From behind, it doesn't look, you can't see as much as from right here. You can totally see my elbow's bent here, but if I go like this, you can no longer tell my elbow's bent. So there you go. So let's shoot one this way. There you go. Yep, it's just that little adjustment in which which one of these it is. Which one of the holes on my strap made a whole world of difference in terms of how much I can wrap up. So, I mean, it's not broken in yet, so I can't totally tell which hole I want to be in until I actually put it on my hand. So Eventually it'll get worn in enough to where I can tell like which hole's my hole, just like you can tell which belt hole's your hole on your belt because you use it enough. All right, you can see my elbow's bent. Get it on the target. Hold. There you go. Let's see a few from this viewpoint. How'd you like that one? That one better? I do think this viewpoint's something I should use more often. I use a lot in my long form videos, but not my lives much. So maybe I should use this more. I'll stand back here. Yep, we're just practicing today. Slapping arrows down there. You like the view? There you go. Cool. I'll use this more often. Sometimes I'll do it from behind me so you can kind of see what the range looks like, but I'll use this more then. I think this is good. I actually don't think I'm punching much at all. The reason why it probably looks like that, this has literally no trigger travel. So it doesn't, it's almost like if I push it at all, it's gonna go. Yeah, sandworm, let's just be kind. Yeah, so one of them absolutely dead center, the other two probably a ½ inch off. So yeah, no, I might have punched on that one. As I said, I'm probably gonna get more. Yeah, the camera's switched. Lee, that's true. I always like to mention that. I am right-handed. The bow's in my left hand. I know it looks like my right because I'm using the selfie camera and it flips. Do you pull it fast? I don't know if it's, no, you don't want to pull it fast. You don't need to pull it like slow as death. But if you're just going, it's on the target, bam, you don't want to do that. That's kind of what grenade plume in chat is referring to. I do tend to be, we'll call it more punchy. I tend to be less accurate overall, which is probably a result of that when I'm talking to chat. Just because, no, grenade, I agree with everything you're saying pretty much. I tend to be like not as good when I'm on live because it breaks your concentration. When I'm just shooting off camera or when I'm shooting with my tripod on the camera, I'm not talking to people. I'm just kind of like talking to a camera. My shots tend to be much better than when I'm on live, just overall. I'm sure Grenade says he's a USA archery coach. I'm sure he can attest to that. Like when you're focused, you're just better. And it's hard to be focused on a live. So you got to pick and choose your battles here. As I said, I shoot off camera a lot. I shoot a lot better, and those are my good practice times. This is more a thing for YouTube than it is for practice. Yeah, the distraction will play into it 100%. I shoot better when I'm not talking to you guys, but I like you guys enough that I do it anyway. Let me go grab this. We'll actually show you. Bring you down there. So 2 of them are probably a ½ inch off. The other one's maybe dead perfect. Yeah. 2 of them, I slapped arrows. They're touching, but this is only 20 yards, so I should be shooting well from here. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so you can kind of see it. There's a center yellow ring, there's a green ring, and there's a black ring of that center dot. These were on the line between the green and black, and then that other one was dead in the middle of the yellow, so it's pretty good. We'll show you one from back here. We'll show you one shot from back behind me so you can see what it looks like down the range again, and then we'll switch you back to right here. So one shot from here. As I said, you will instantaneously realize it no longer looks like I'm bending my elbow at all, which is really weird. I had someone come in here and like was convinced that I didn't bend my elbow at all because they were back here. I promise you I'm bending my elbow as much as I did from the other view, but you can't tell at all, can you? That one was good. Is this Joe Rogan? Not quite. I'm not as bald as Joe Rogan. I have hair. That one's dead center. It will bring your draw, hand, elbow in, give you more leverage to pull through your shot. Yeah, generally grenade, if you're a coach. Let me know how you think I'm doing. I've been shooting compound since late March. That's the first time I ever picked up a compound. Before that, I was solely recurve. So if you think I'm doing good, I'll take that as a win, because I haven't, I'm like at 6 months of shooting. So if I'm doing well, that's good in my mind. Maybe an inch low. Push out with your boat, yeah. So that's one of the things that it's so hard, because if I really wanted to show you guys, what's my poundage at? 65. If I really wanted to show you guys everything I was doing, I should have like a camera right here and all that sort of stuff, because in my recent video of me building this bow, another good archer who I know, Ozark's Woodsman, he was like, oh, you're gripping your bow. You kind of want to not have a grip on it. When in reality, what I'm doing is I'm using my back pull here to force it into the meat of my hand here, kind of down here. It's where most of the force is. These are on the front here, just for control. I'm not actually, these are putting no pressure. All this stuff, I'm not, as I said, I haven't been doing it long enough to like fully explain what I'm doing, and I'm still learning. Everybody's still learning. But like, there's a lot of things I'm doing that don't show up as well on camera as if I actually sat down and explained them. Like, no, I'm not actually gripping the bow. These fingers are doing nothing. See how the bow doesn't move when I let go? They're just there to get some control and some feel for it. When I'm drawing, there's certain things I'm doing. When I'm releasing, no, I'm not just pulling on the trigger. You don't want to do that. You want to get your finger on it, start pulling and pull through it. That's why my hand kind of goes backwards a little bit when I did it. This is a new release. It helps a lot with that kind of surprise release. My old one, I was really trying to get a surprise release to go off. It had so much trigger travel that it was almost impossible. I'm not that good mentally. Some people could do it, but that's why I got this new release. It's so much better. But yeah, like, there's lots of things I'm doing that people probably don't understand. And as I get better, eventually I'll talk about it. But, you know, I never claim to be an expert at anything. I'll explain to you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But especially with archery, people love to tell you you're doing stuff wrong. So if I say something and then people disagree with it, it's just stuff I can't do yet, because I'm not I'm not a pro yet. So okay, we're gonna get rid of that one. You should hunt here. We have so many great animals. Archery's huge out here. I would love to. I actually haven't bow hunted anything yet. I've done very minimal hunting at all. I'm gonna frame it as my first time ever hunting. Grip looks okay. You might want to go even short on the release. Yeah, as I said, I might. See, I'll tell you in full honesty, because you obviously know what I'm talking about. My hesitancy on this, to shorten the release even further, is, I don't know. I feel like, and you might be able to correct me on this and give me some good information. I feel like if I shorten it more, I'm going to be choking up into not just like the first and second joint of my finger, but the second and third. And I feel like I won't have enough control to kind of slowly lay on the trigger right there. I feel like I'll want to squeeze it more. And that'll be something I have to work through. I don't want to shorten it too much more. You might be able to walk me through what I should do there. But Matt Kislinski, awesome member, who's also my uncle. People were talking about hunting in Utah. I was just out in Colorado with him. Okay, Suja, why are we asking that question? We are going to put you in a timeout. Thank you. But yeah, Matt lives in Colorado. We were out there doing some gold panning and fishing with him recently on some lives and some videos. But yeah, we were talking about some hunting stuff. As I said, I haven't been shooting this for that long. I really want to get at least a year under my belt shooting this and be darn good. Like most of the deer stuff I'm going to shoot here in PA, 20 and 30 yards, which I'm pretty darn good at right now, I could do. But I going through my progressions, every once in a while, even at 20 yards, I'll have a shot that's 3 inches off. If I'm going to be shooting a deer with it, I don't ever want a shot to be more than 2 inches off. So, yeah, I mean, I just want to get there mentally. I want to be as responsible as I can. And if I'm going to shoot something with this bow and take a life with this bow of an animal, then I want to be really darn good with it before I do so. So I'm going to give it a year. So go till your first knuckle is over the trigger. That way you don't have to engage your hand muscles to set it off. Okay. So you're probably correct if that's the case. Do you think I'll have enough, like I'll use the term dexterity, to flip my finger over here and get contact? I'm not really putting pressure with it. It's not really my finger that's doing it. I mean, my finger is doing things, but I'm pulling through with it. I'm not explaining this to you. I'm explaining this to everybody else. Do you think I'll have enough dexterity, because when I draw, my finger's back here, to bring it over top and get contact with it without pulling too much, with my hand that much? I imagine your answer is going to be yes, but I might need some explanation on that, just because like that's my hesitancy to move on from this position to this position, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out. That grouping, they're all very consistent. They're like a half an inch off from center. They're all low. So I don't know why that is. Some days I've been talking to my girlfriend's dad, who is a competitive target archer, and he says some days you're just off and you're consistently off and you don't know what you're doing, but if it's consistent, then it's things you can fix. I'm consistently about that much low from 20 yards on every single shot, but if they're consistent, then it's stuff we can fix. If it's too hot, can add some of the tension on the release until it feels right. Yeah, no, the tension's good. It's way better than the one I had before. I'm estimating. It's probably 1.5 pounds before it breaks over. So, yeah. All right. Let's see what we can do here. I said I wanted to move you guys out here, so let's do that again. Oh. There you go, bumping things. Halloween Spooky, or Sopky, says hi. Hello. Okay. What is this thing? Why does everybody come back in here and do this? So put user in timeout, we'll go 10 minutes. I don't know why people are doing that. I mean, without actually referencing the subject, because that's not something that necessarily I feel like is the right thing to be discussing on an archery live. Does anybody know why we've had 2 people come in here and ask that question? Yeah, I didn't know if that's like somehow the new trend. For a while, I had everybody coming in here and asking me about Lamar Jackson edits, but yeah. No, I just like to remove that because I like to keep it family friendly, so. I hope not, Robert. Something very wrong happened to you. If that was you, you know. You're green and yellow and you look like a square. Can you show? I want to see where your elbow is. My elbow should be good. The people at Lancaster Archery Supply set this up for me. And I know exactly what my draw length is. It feels very good. My elbow is right there. How's that look to you? That one was dead middle. That was good. I think I figured out why they were all low. Somehow I got into the trend. My peep sight was ever so slightly off center in my line of sight. So I fixed that and now we're good. I'll go grab those. Hey, Bob. Bob, I'm seeing some squirrels back here. So yeah, I'll go down and grab those and come back. We might go do some fishing in a little bit here. Nice bow. Well, thanks. Arch your back when pulling through your shot. Yeah. As I said, a lot of this stuff is stuff that they're little minor things. I don't exactly know what you're talking about when arching back. Well, like for example, if this is what you mean, like I lean over like this and I'm kind of curved, like how you're not supposed to do a deadlift. That's my prep. When I actually pull through, I lock. And then right here, like this is just me coming over. When I actually pull through, I'm locked. It's like a deadlift. You can get down to grab the bar however you want. But once you grab the bar, you need to have your back flat. George, watch out for the tree. Yep. That was a long hold. Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm saying that might have been like an iffy one, but I generally don't do that. I can deadlift nearly 400 pounds. I know what it feels like to keep my back flat under tension. Dead center. Long holds before deer hunting. Yeah, I was doing that the other day off camera, actually. So, we'll do one. How long should we go? We'll wait until it gets to 38, so I'm watching the clock here. 38 minutes, 15 seconds. We'll hold it for a minute and then give it a shot. See how it feels. Fun stuff. Ready? 38, 15. We can't let go until 40 minutes and 15 seconds. I can have a chat with you guys out here. Let's see how it is. Go? Yeah. We are 15 seconds into my minute-long hold. So I guess technically 65-pound bow, 80% let off. I'm holding like 13 and a half pounds. We're a little over 30 seconds in. Yeah, now wait till the 10-point stares you down. Yep. Watch your pin and feel the float in the figure eight. Yep. 10 seconds. We'll see how this goes. This is a long hold, people. maybe an inch low. Not bad at all, though. That was a long hold. Most of the people I've talked to have actually gone deer hunting say you should, you need about half that. 30 seconds for 30 seconds to hold it. Yeah, it's like an inch low. It wasn't the greatest. Oh, this bug's flying right in front of the camera. Wasn't the greatest, but like, if I was aiming at the right spot on a deer, that would have put him down. If I was aiming dead middle lung, that still would have been lung. So probably still double lung. So we're good. I have good experience. I don't have much experience, actually. This bow is, I got it on, I'm thinking. So I went back to school Monday the 26th. I bought this bow on that previous Thursday. This was of August. So if that was Monday, Sunday was the 25th, Saturday was the 24th, Friday was the 23rd. I bought this on the 22nd of August. It's now the 17th of October, so I haven't had it for 2 months yet. A blind bale to shoot at. I can't say I know what that is. So, if you let me know, I imagine then the answer is no, but I don't know what that is, so. Yeah, as I said, I'm not going to take this guy out hunting until this time next year-ish. I want to be really darn good with it before I do that, which I'm fine. Like, I could shoot a deer. I'm confident in my ability to do that from like 25 yards, but I want to be good, you know? Yeah, I had another compound bow before this, but I didn't shoot it near as consistently. Wasn't set up right for 3 months, 2 months in the process. It was taken apart. I was designing a 3D printed part so that I could make it work again. It's from 1996. It didn't use modern strings. I was trying to learn how to tune it myself, so I had to take it apart and design parts for the bow, so it wasn't even together most of that time. Consistently, I've only been shooting maybe 4 months with the compound. But I've shot slingshot for a long time, and I've shot recurve bow before that, so I'm kind of familiar with some of the process. It's different, but a lot of it's the same. So I'll go grab those arrows. Get a target and set it up at the level of your arrow at full draw. Get a few feet in front of it, come to full draw and close your eyes, then release with your eyes closed. This will help with it. Come duck hunting with it. I saw a guy, I watched a video the other day, muscle memory and not focus on the target. That's a good drill, see? I need you to come back to some more lives. You were saying some good stuff. You must return for me. Come duck hunting with it. Yeah, that'd be, I saw a guy the other day duck hunting with whatever those, I don't know the technical term. I guarantee you someone here does though. The broadheads that are like 4 long blades that kind of look like a grappling hook that you use for turkeys. I saw some guy duck hunting with a bow and arrow and one of those the other day, and he did well. Like, I was a little skeptical, but he did well, so it's very impressive. All right, let's see what this looked like. Oh, the whole target shifted when it hit. That was weird. Squirrels too. Yeah, that one was not a great shot. A lot of things were not perfect. Well, mostly just I kind of was punchy. As I said, after that long hold, this will be a good training thing, because after that long hold, I'm not wanting to pull through with my back as much. I'm not wanting to like slow draw on the trigger as much. We got to really focus now. I don't know if you heard that. That one went, I mean, it came through the back of that target. I've had that target for a couple months, and it's cheap, so I have some arrows popping through the other sides. How many hours do you have training? That's a good question. Focus on your release, not the target. Yeah, you got one of the things that helped me a lot when I was learning on the other bow. This is for other people, not for you, because you obviously know what you're talking about. So opening my eyes, so I'm not really focusing on my pins anymore. I'm focusing on the target, and then you focus on the release. That's what I'm saying. However, after that long hold, obviously at the end of the long hold, obviously it wasn't this bad, but my pin float was getting a little wobbly because I was getting tired, and I really had to focus on some things, and now it's messing with me a little bit, but this is good to do exactly what you're saying. Get myself in the mindset of no matter what, we got to focus on the right things, even if you're tired, all those things. Dead middle, baby. Hunting cockroaches, are we? Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the first hunt that I'm going to do on the channel, inspired by Bob, just to get my feet wet in it, I have some ideas of how I'm going to do it, and how I'm going to frame it. I think I'm going to do squirrels. I think I'm going to do squirrels with the slingshot. Then once I've dipped my toes into hunting, then I feel like we can do things like, I don't know when I'd get an opportunity to do this, but duck hunting with a firearm, all those things, kind of ease into it, because I know this is some things that a lot of people don't like. To me, that doesn't really matter a whole bunch. I'm going to try and frame it my best as far as like talking about the responsibility of it, all that sort of stuff. To me, when you hunt an animal, Bob said this, Bob did a really good job in the videos that I've watched of his hunting content. It's about knowing the responsibility of taking a life, using all the meat, using as much of it as you can. For me, if I shot something like a squirrel, I'd use the fur for fly tying. I'd use all the meat. I'd use literally whatever I could. I'd use as much of the squirrel as possible. Firearm safety, these are tools, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you transition to holding the weight of the bow into your back after you draw it. Yep. Yeah, definitely. I'm dry drawing it. I'm not going to fire that because that would be dumb. But yeah, like you really like almost lock in with your back. You're saying good things. Obviously, when you start holding it for a minute, it becomes more of a mental game than anything. These are things I know, but as always, doing these shot after shot after shot, that's why archery's hard. Only difference between the recurve and the compound is hold. Practice hitting your anchor point and holding it. I generally agree with that. However, I'll put it this way. There is definitely a difference. For example, I can hold this straight up and down from the get-go. I can draw it straight up and down, and I can hold it straight up and down. When I draw with a recurve bow, I gotta kind of cant it a little bit to draw, and I never get it completely vertical, and that's something you gotta account for in your mind. Also, the way you look down the string's different, but generally that's true. I'm getting into the weeds, but generally true. Recurve and compound, very similar. The draw cycles obviously feel different. The fact you're using release is different. The fact that you have a sight is different, but the fundamentals of your body mechanics are the same thing. I need to go grab those arrows. That's a darn good grouping, if I do so myself. It's a good grouping. Yeah. Anyway, hunting will be something I do on the channel. I'm planning on framing it about like, if you take the life of an animal, I mean, I talk about this with fish too, but it's a different thing in people's minds with mammals and fish. Like, if you take this animal's life, you are responsible for using it properly. This isn't something you do just for fun. I mean, it is fun to do the pursuit of it, but you got to use it in the right way. You got to do it the right way. These things that we're using, yes, they are capable of taking an animal's life. They are dangerous, but like, you know, you treat them with respect, just like you treat other people with respect, just like you treat the animal with respect. I feel like if I frame it the right way, maybe I won't get advertising money on it, like Bob said, but like, I feel like I can show that, and generally people will understand it as an educational thing. I just don't want, here's the thing, I'm not someone who's just like, I want to go shoot an animal because boom, I can get a trophy on my wall. That's not how I think of it, and I just want to be really careful to make sure that people know that's not how I'm framing it. That's my big thing when I start doing that. That's how I want to frame it. Let's see what Grenade Plume is saying. That's such a fun name, by the way. You're doing great. Try to command each shot by working through your steps on each shot. It'll help to drown out the distractions. Absolutely. You're in control. The only thing you're not in control of, which you kind of still are in control of, it's just changing what you're focusing on. You're not focusing on the target, you're focusing on your release, is when the release goes off. Other than that, you're in complete control, and you got to know that when you're shooting. So that's one of the things that's like, people who command shoot, the reason why you don't want to command shoot and just slap the trigger is because your whole body jolts a little bit. It knows it's coming. And the reason why your body jolts and why you have the tendency to be like, I want to just slap the crap out of the trigger, is because you're not in control. Your pin's floating, and as soon as it touches the spot you want to hit, you want to slap it. That means you're not in control. If you're in control, you can pull it nice and slow and you don't care. That's the whole point. That's the target panic. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't feel like you're in control. You're like, I just need to get it to touch the spot I need to, and then I'm just going to let it fly. Because you're not in control. You're freaking out. You're panicking. That's exactly right. I appreciate Grenade Plume is doing a great job. Apparently is a coach, an archery coach, doing a great job of giving me some talking points, because I know enough mentally, but the whole thing about archery is you got to put it into practice. So I assume you're a he. Let me know if I'm wrong. But you're picking out all the things I'm not doing right. You're being like a good double check. These things I know, but it's good to have someone double check you on it and give me some things to talk about so I can, help you guys along in your journey too. That one was nice. Yup, there you go. Wait for the float and pull through. Indeed. You gotta, so there's, at least in my mind, this is how I think of it. There are a couple stages. You get your hands set. You get everything set. Okay, I got my release where I want it. I'm hooked on here. My arrow's in the nock. Everything's lined up. I get my hand here. I'm pushing through the palm of my hand, get my front fingers set. Then the draw, you lean forwards, draw with your back, lock in. Now you're here. Get your eyes set up. Get your peep sight in the right spot. Get this set up on your face. Get the pins to the general right spot. Start floating. Once you get a comfortable float, get that finger on the trigger. Keep floating and pull through. Whew. That was another long draw because I was like having a whole lecture at full draw. So, what state you from? Watching from Alaska. I'm in Pennsylvania. Alaska's sweet. I would love to go to Alaska. I also do gold panning on the channel. Do a lot of fishing, gold panning, hiking, do archery, all sorts of outdoor stuff. That's why it's called Mission Discover. I just love to experiment and try different things. That's what the whole channel is about, learning and sharing with you guys as I'm learning. This is why, like as I said, I love sharing with you guys what I'm doing, what I'm thinking when I'm doing archery. By no means am I a pro. I'm still fairly new. But me sharing my journey, I think, is one of the best ways to help you guys. And I love doing that. But yeah, I love gold panning, love fishing. Alaska would be an amazing spot to go for both of those. That's a dream trip for me. Also some nice hunting. Has some great whitetail hunting, moose hunting, bear hunting, all that stuff. That'd be awesome. Those were 3 really darn good shots. They might all be within like half an inch. So that's nice. Let's show you this guy. I haven't been down here in a little bit. Haven't walked down here and actually showed you guys the group. So the first 2, I was aiming at the bottom one. So that's actually weird. Huh. One of the arrows is canted differently. Like is more tilted down than the other two. I was wrong. One of them's probably about an inch. The other two are a half an inch. Here's what it looks like. That one. So the first two are aiming at the bottom dot. This one was aiming at this one. That's maybe a 1/4 inch away. This one's an inch. And this one's the one that has like a weird tilt on it. Don't know why that happened. And then this one's about 1/2 inch. There you go. Stance, knock, draw, hand set, bow, hand set, pre-draw, anchor, transition to hold, aim, release, follow through, and reflect on your shot. Dude, this guy knows what he's talking about. This is great. I need you to like be here on every archery live. This is great. You and Woodsman be like a great team here. Keep your aiming point the same no matter where they land. Don't adjust until the next end. I generally do that. However, it has all those different dots, and there may be something to that. But for me, it's a money thing. And what I mean by that is on my previous set of arrows, these are new arrows, same arrows, I'm just trying to get the other ones refletched. I've actually shot good enough, because if you're shooting from 20 yards, you should be shooting good enough, to where I've killed a lot of these veins, and then I got to get them refletched. I don't have a fletching jig. It means I got to go buy more, take them to an archery shop, all this stuff. I shoot at different dots solely to protect my arrows, because I keep tearing veins apart because I hit them with another arrow. That's why I'm doing that. You're probably right as far as consistency and practice sake, but I can't afford to do that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. I can't afford to do that because I keep tearing veins apart and then got to go get more veins and get them reflect. I can't do it. I've destroyed, like, I'm not kidding, probably 8 of my previous 12 arrows doing that. Yeah, no, it was 8. I destroyed 8 arrows because I hit them with the other vein. They're all still sitting there getting ready to get refletched, but I can't afford money-wise to do it. Currently 20 yards. I might kick it out to 30 now. We'll shoot one more end here. One more little 3-shot grouping. And then we'll kick it out to 30. Which it's not exactly 30, it's like 27, so they're a little bit high when I shoot them. I just have to aim a tad below where I want them to hit. That one was nice. How many yard shot you doing? Yeah, 20. Halloween Sopke says, I love your videos. I appreciate it. I try. I just try and be informative. Show you guys what I'm doing. Show the adventure. Show the process. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do. Showing the whole process. And I think it's a good thing to do. Be honest with people. Like, show your mistakes. When I did that gold panning video, I showed every darn mistake I made in the process so that people learn from it. I never claim to be perfect. Yeah, I'm starting to get tired here. That long hold really took it out of me. But still shooting well. Those are both real good. Breath, yep. Another thing that's hard to relay on camera is I am doing a little bit of breathing, but it's hard to relay on camera because you guys are all the way over there. So for the sake of Grenade's information, I shot that whole 3-shot end at the same dot, just hoping I didn't smack arrows. I might have smacked shafts, but I think all the fletchings are good. So I can show you that one. We'll pop it up to 30. We'll just do a little bit because I am getting tired. And then we'll probably go fishing for a little bit. We've been live for an hour. Yeah, we'll go fishing. We'll do a couple shots at 30 and go fish. As I said, today I'm a little bit low. I'm biasing the peep sight low. That should have been something I fixed, but I've been talking about so many other things. Yet again, a product of the live that I haven't. So Grenade says you're doing good. I appreciate it. I really appreciate everything you're saying. It's more than anything, like, you're not telling me anything new, but it's always good to get a reminder from people who know what they're doing, like have an accountability partner with anything, really. I mean, this is one of the things that, like, you know, I'm a believer. This is one of the things, like, in a Christian relationship that's so good. Is like, like, my girlfriend and I do this a lot. Like, if we think you're doing something that, like, needs to be addressed, we need to come to one another because we care and love each other. And it's the same thing with anything that you're trying to get better at. Like, that's what a coach is for. They're not there to be mean. They're there to help you improve. And, you know, Grenade obviously knows what he's talking about. Woodsman does the same thing. They stand there and they watch me, and if I'm doing something like, you should fix this, they almost just remind me. It's not stuff I don't know. It's just stuff I'm not doing. So it's good stuff. Good stuff for sure. Yeah. Let's show you this group. I shot them all at the same dot for Grenade to show them what it looks like. But there it is. Hopefully you can see. I'll go chuck it at 30. The camera or my phone always has poor connection if I walk past this tree. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. Delvin Enriquez, I think it is. Let me know if I butchered that, but I did take a college equivalent course of Spanish, so it should be good. That seems like a Hispanic type name. Keep practicing, work on your steps mentally each shot. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so because of where it is on this shot, I need to go like this. Ooh, this will be fun. I'll put you guys slightly downrange. I'm not actually going to be shooting anywhere near the camera, but then you guys can see what it looks like from in front of me a little bit. That'll be fun. I got to stand over here to get the line of sight correct for this shot, and I got to aim a little bit below the dot because it's not quite 30. It's a little bit short of 30. Oh, this looks cool. I've never seen myself shoot from this view. This is interesting. Good. How'd that look? I mean, it looked cool when I was drawing. How'd the shot look as far as, like, camera angles go? That was a pretty good shot from 30. Good point. It looked good. Cool. That one was really good. Floating head effect. How did I pull that off? Floating head? Oh, my camo. I should have got that joke a little bit quicker. My apologies. That one was really good. Yeah. Let's do it one more time. So that one was not near as good. And you know why? This is the thing. Because I'm actually not aiming with the pin, I'm like aiming at a gap below it. I was shooting the blue bow, which is a 1996 PSE. A lot of you guys who watch this channel have seen me shoot that before. It's a much slower bow, and it's at like 50 pounds of draw instead of 65, and it's just generally slower. So the gap between where I need to aim and such between this bow and that one's different. That one was not great because I was shooting at the the gap that I was shooting at with the blue bow, which I shot yesterday with this one. So that's one of the things, like switching back and forth between the bows. It's not always a perfect system because I was using mental notes from the blue bow to shoot the green bow, and it didn't work very well because they're not the same bow. I'm not going to bring you guys all the way down there. The first one, that one might be in the yellow dot, like dead center, 0 margin of error. Like that would be a 12 ring if you were shooting target archery. That one was real good. The other one, half an inch, maybe an inch away. The other one's probably 2 to 3 inches off because I was using the blue bow reference point. So all right, update when I actually went down there and looked. This one, I'm just saying this one, I don't know which arrow it was. One of the arrows was definitively in that center yellow dot, like a 12 ring on a target archery. Good stuff, that one was good. One of them was about an inch. I said it's a half an inch to an inch. It was on the upper end, an inch away from middle, from 30 yards. And then this one was about 3.5, but that was the one that I was using the wrong reference point for, so. Yeah, I've been really liking this bow. I did a whole video of me setting it up, why I picked everything on the bow, if you haven't seen it. I did the giveaway selection the other day for the site, this site that I'm using. I got sent 2 of them, so I'm doing a giveaway of one of them. But the issue is I gave that person 3 days to respond, and they haven't claimed it yet. It's only been a day, or it's coming up on 2 days, but they haven't claimed it yet. So go over there and get a giveaway entry in case they don't claim it and I redraw. Okay, you might have even seen it. I jerked it up a little bit, but it only brought it up like an inch. So, my question used. What question? How many yards are you doing the shot? Well, this one's 30, previous one was 20. Hopefully that answers it. Yeah, that wasn't a great shot. I'm definitely getting tired. I've shot 4 days in a row for at least an hour at a time. We're over an hour now. Oh, why don't I use gloves? So this is a compound bow. Typically people tie what's called a D loop in, and they have a release which hooks in to that loop, and you pull with that. If I was shooting my recurve bow, I shoot with my fingers. Sometimes I use a glove, sometimes I don't. I'm actually doing a short on that pretty soon because something happened recently when I wasn't using gloves that was very interesting. If any of you shoot recurve, you may know what happened, but that short will be coming out soon. Sometimes I use a glove when I'm shooting my recurve, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends on how I feel. But I may be switching over to tabs soon for my recurve because of something that happened. I'm not trying to spoil the short that's going to come out within the next 2-3 weeks, so wait for that and you'll see what I'm talking about. You can hear the marching band over at my previous high school. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a freshman in college. My high school is about 1.5 miles that way. My alma mater high school. And I think the marching band's playing for a football game. I'm getting a little bit punchy. Yep, flinches from fatigue. Release looks way better in 15 minutes. Interesting watching progress. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm getting punchy. I'm getting twitchy, all those things. I start to do that at the end of a session, but I don't know. I mean, I've been shooting 3-shot ends. I'd say I've done at least 25 of them. I'm probably up in that 75 to 100 shot range, and we've been shooting for an hour, and only now am I getting twitchy. I'd say that's good. I mean, I'm not a target archer. I think that's a good thing. I don't think I'm doing like, oh, you only shot 10 shots and you're already twitchy. That's not what's going on here. We've shot, I'm certain we've shot at least 60, but I've been having I've been trying to learn how to use it some to be more productive. Obviously, a lot of the stuff I do, I can't get it to do for me because I'm an engineering student. Like, obviously, I actually love learning about what I'm learning about in college, so like I wouldn't have it do my work. But certain things that I do, I can't have it video edit for me, all that sort of stuff. So there's only limited use case. That was good. But I've been trying to learn some of the things I can do with AI, and I've been feeding AI some of the transcripts of my lives, especially my fishing lives, and saying like, can you give me the timestamps of all the times I caught a fish throughout the live, so I don't have to go back and look for them and that sort of thing. And one of the things I'm hoping I can maybe do in the future is kind of like figure out how to do it, because you have to feed it in very specific ways for it to actually get it to work, is like give me a shot count for archery. I don't know how well that would go, but yeah. Do I shoot any 3D tournaments? I don't yet, but I really want to. That's one of the reasons why I talk about that in the video of me setting up this bow. I got this bow as opposed to others, is because it is a fairly comfortable draw cycle. I can shoot a lot, all that sort of stuff. It's a little bit longer axle to axle. That's the reason why I got a 3-pin slider as opposed to a 3-pin fixed. It's not as good for like target or 3D stuff as a single pin slider, but I only have so much money, so I decided to spend it on something that I can have fixed for if I go hunting with it. Don't have to worry about it, don't have to think about it. I just got my 3 fixed pins, but I can also use that bottom pin as a slider for stuff like 3D. And with the speed of this bow and the weight of my arrows, I could probably, I'm guessing, but probably get it out to 85 or 90 yards as far as my sight tape goes. So, which to me is probably good enough. There's not many 100-yard shots that you have to take even in a 3D tournament. So, if I have to guess on a 100-yard shot to give it my shot during a tournament, like I'll do it. I'll probably lose the arrow or something, but it's unlikely that I'll have to do that often. What state am I in? Pennsylvania. There's like 2 of them near my house. Bob from Anything Is Possible, who was in here earlier, he may be in here still. He likes to watch in the background as he's doing other things. He was telling me about one in my area that he used to go to, so I'll have to check that one out. Let's read some comments. I know we got some stuff. Oh, Troll giving me the double middle finger. Bust out some push-ups every morning and evening. You do better than me. Wish I got into archery more when I was young. There you go. I can't say I'm fully in support of your double middle finger in the midst of your profile name, but that's a good statement you got there. And we got Avery Pickles says, hey. Avery says, I go hunting. Sweet. Delvin says, my father hunted. He passed away. Well, it's cool that you get to still carry on his legacy. IBO. Yeah, IBO speed of this bow. Is that what you're asking? I think it's like 315. So it's somewhere in that range. Which, as if anybody doesn't know, yet again, not explaining this to Grenade, but he's given me some great talking points, just stuff put in my head to talk to you guys about. If you don't know what IBO speed is, and he can probably give me some more specifics, or you can just look it up. It's like a standardized testing system that tests the speed of the bow, but it's not exactly representative of what your bow will shoot. When you put accessories like your peep sight in it, your D-loop, all that sort of stuff adds weight, so it's going to slow it down a little bit. They test them with lighter arrows than you would typically shoot with that poundage of bow or whatever to get a little bit more speed out of it, but it's standardized, so it gives you a good comparison between bows. Does it actually give you an exact idea of what the performance of your bow will be? No, it does not. But it's a good comparison between bows. Oh, this one has 315 IBO speed, this one only has 300. Okay, you can compare between the bows, but that doesn't mean you put an arrow on the bow, you shoot it, it's going to go 315 feet per second. It's probably more like 265 or 70. So, I haven't got this speed tested, but my guess is like 265 or 260 feet per second, somewhere in there. Because when they test it, at least as far as I know, they put the bow at its max weight capacity, which means they would be testing this bow at 70 pounds and testing it with a lighter arrow than what I use. My arrows are 421 grains. They'd probably test it with something in the 300s. I don't know what that is exactly. Grenade might know, but It's something like that. All right, let me go grab those arrows. We're gonna do one more end, and then we're gonna go get some fishing stuff. We have 39 likes. Thanks, guys. We've been getting some good viewership rather. Some good talking points today. Some good practice in, even though it's a live. I've been shooting decently. And yeah, it's good stuff. From Turkey, I believe it is, says hello, brother. Good to see you. I always love seeing people internationally. It's good to hear about the culture from other places. How far from Morgantown, West Virginia are you? A good ways. A good ways. Is that where you're from? Or is there somewhere that you would like me to go there? I mean, never say never, but in the midst of my college schedule, it's hard for me to just, decide to go to West Virginia randomly. But maybe someday. Let me know what you're referring to, and I will keep it in the back of my head. Let me go grab these arrows. We're going to do one more end and then go fishing. Saber al-Iraqi. So something in another language, which I don't know. Which city is this? Where I am? Well, I'm not going to tell you exactly where my city is because people could figure it out. And there are weird people out there. I know most people aren't, but my general area is in southeastern Pennsylvania. I'm about 40 minutes from Philly, and I'm about 25 or 20 from King of Prussia, like where the big mall is. If you know where that is. For example, my high school, which is over there, King of Prussia is that way. My high school had its prom in King of Prussia. So there you go. Generally, that's where I'm from. Oh, Saber gave me something in my language. It says hello. Good to meet you. Good West Virginia 3D archery tournaments this spring down in West Virginia. One up in Franklin, PA. So given that I don't know, I haven't heard of Franklin, PA, I imagine it's West Coast, PA, which is kind of far from me. I've heard of most places in South, Central, Southeast, and Northeast PA. So if it's not one of those, then it's probably kind of far from me. But Franklin, I feel like that's west side of Pennsylvania. So that's still probably pretty far from me. Like I know I've been shooting slingshot for many, many years. I used to be really good. I haven't been practicing as much, and I'm not as good, but archery kind of helps me keep up with slingshot. I almost practice slingshot none anymore, and I'm still a lot better than most people because of archery. I got to get back into that some more. But yeah, I used to shoot slingshot a lot. It was pretty good. And there's the East Coast Slingshot Tournament held in Western PA, and I never got to go to it because I'm like, oh, it's in PA, that's sweet, I can go to it, but it was still like 5 hours away. But maybe one day. There's a lot of cool trips that I would like to take for the channel, but I am in college. That's the main focus for me right now, and there's a lot of other stuff that I have obligations for. I play in the worship band at our church. I'm going to do another sermon at our church. I have a girlfriend who lives here in Pennsylvania, so I try to spend my weekends sometimes with her. So if I take up a weekend, then that's a weekend I can't be with her because we live an hour and a half apart, so we can't see each other all the time. But yeah, you never know. We'll see. Whoa. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Let's fix that and retry. This is what happens when you're not focused when you put your D-loop on. All right, my camera's going to die. Let me plug that in. Oh my gosh. So I'm getting majorly distracted in the middle of my draw. So I realized the camera just went on to battery saving mode. It's at 5%. So I got to plug that in. right. Hold on here, Batman. Let's knock an arrow and do it the right way, because I just got distracted twice in one shot. Let's get get one on there and do it the right way. Good Lord. Like right when I was about to let the shot go, I had to... That was not a good shot at all, because I realized that my camera was about to die. As I said, when I'm doing the lives, my priority is the live, not actually the shooting. So, given that I saw the camera was about to die, that took priority over making a good shot. That was really good, so that was good recovery. But very good recovery on that shot from probably the worst shot I've taken in a month, because I got completely distracted as my trigger was going off. Those were two really good shots following that really, really atrocious shot. So, yeah. So in some senses, I'm playing with fire here in the shooting lane. So I want to show you guys this. So, as I said, I got completely and utterly distracted right as I let go of the shot because of me trying to fix my camera. Where the shooting lane is kind of like right here with that tree just off the left side. I pulled it left right as the trigger was going off. I have an arrow in this tree. As you can see, it was like on good shooting lane, because this is kind of what my shooting lane looks like. It would have kept going right to that dot. But I pulled it left because I was distracted by the camera. But my recovery was really good, because those are both 3/4 of an inch from center. It's a wonder what happens when you actually focus on the target. Boom. So yeah, I kind of play with fire a little bit in the shooting lane, because like if somehow something like this happens and I do miss to the left, if I miss to the right, I'm fine. But if I miss to the left, there's no way around it. I'm going to hit this tree. Like it's just gonna happen if I go left. There's no margin of error here. All right. I won't be able to get the point back, but which is fun because they're like $1 a piece. But I can twist this out and get the shaft back. Here's the thing. To me, the archery is a whole mental thing. A lot of it's mental. The mental battle I just won was pretty big. I just got an arrow lodged in a tree because I got completely distracted at full draw. And then my next two shots were darn good. So to me, I just won a mental battle. Because it's hard to recover from that poor of a shot. But I did. Great archers have to know how to let the bad ones go. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I let it go and the next two ones were good. So that really, I mean, as I said, you got to prioritize things in your mind. Like if you were hunting, you got to be like, someone else could take a shot next to me, all these things, like take a shot, not like a shot. But I'm still gonna focus and put this there. As I said, my priority in that moment is the live, not the archery. That's why I don't shoot quite as well when I'm doing the lives as I do if I'm just filming with a tripod or if I'm shooting off camera. I mentioned that throughout this live already. So my priority said, hold up, your phone's at 5%, you gotta fix that. Not, let's follow through on the shot. So that's why the shot was so terrible. So it wasn't like, oh boy, I just fundamentally messed up. See, there you go. Shaft out. Points in the tree, but that's easy to replace. They're like $1. But yeah, to me, that was a good mental battle. I won on the next two shots. All right, so now the deal is we are about an hour and a half into this live. I'm gonna take my bow back because I don't really want to leave my bow here, even though like nobody comes back here. This is a little reserve between my neighborhood right there and there's a neighborhood right there. It's just like a little plot of trees that the township decided to leave up as nature area. I'm gonna leave my bag with my arrows in it. I'm gonna take the bow back to the house because I don't really want to leave the bow here. But yeah, then we'll do that, grab some fish and stuff, go over to the creek and fish for maybe an hour and do that. But as I said, I don't ever claim to be perfect, and I wanted to show you guys that and explain to you what happened because I feel like that's valuable for people to see. I've been shooting really well, had one go terribly wrong, and then I immediately fixed it and all is well with the world. So I think that's a good thing for people to see and a good thing for people to consider as a way to track progress. Like if you are shooting good and all of a sudden you have a bad one, and then like you're like, oh boy, my brain's all fried and I can't shoot a good one to save my life, that's a big problem. But if you have one bad one, you can explain why it happened and then you can go and fix it. That's what you need. So all right, across the road safe, and we're in my backyard. Are you gonna go fish for trout or other species? We're gonna go for other species. I don't know if I mentioned it while you were in, but my sister and I are home alone. I'm 18, my sister's 14. Like, there's not a problem, but my parents are away on a vacation weekend, so I don't really like want to just leave the house without telling her. So we're gonna stay local. The creek's just right over there. I'll check back in with you later. Keep practicing. Well, thanks, Grenade. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We're gonna hopefully go get on some fish now. All right. I need some water too. We'll take you guys into the kitchen. Get some water. All sorts of stuff. Had that release on for too long. Alrighty. Here's the garage. I'll go find my sister, tell her where I'm going. Water. Ooh, here you go. I was mentioning it earlier. Here's the box for the site that I'm giving away, all packaged up. If that person doesn't claim it, then you guys will have the opportunity to get a redraw and have a chance at this. So if you haven't entered the giveaway on the previous long form video, go check it out because that site is in the mix for you guys. All right, first steps first. I'm gonna go find my sister, tell her where I'm going, and then I'll get some water and we'll leave. And I'm gonna go over to the creek. Call me if you need me. What? Do you want to come? I'm going to the creek. Yeah, sure. I'm doing a live stuff. You gonna narrate for me? With your wacky voice?
Are we going like in the creek?
No.
So like if I were to dance, I'm gonna get.
No, you're fine. We're just fishing. All right, I think Sis is gonna come. I think she's gonna come with me. So, which, frankly, I feel a little bit better about. I mean, she's 14. She can handle herself. She's safe in the house. But at the same time, I'm fully responsible for her this weekend because my parents are in New York at the Fingerlys. So, yeah. Sister and I have been going on some solo adventures a lot lately. Matt's in chat, my uncle. My sister and I flew out to Colorado without our parents to do that, which is stuff I'm completely comfortable with. I go on trips by solo a lot for YouTube. I do some solo camping stuff, but I've never taken her with me on a trip without our parents. So that was an interesting experience. I was not only responsible for myself, but for her as well, and it turned out well. So navigated the airport, all that stuff. It was great. All right, let's get some water. quick side note of the day. We got, here in America, let's all be thankful for the fact that we have running tap water. I think a lot. Every time I fill up a water cup, I think about how thankful we should be and how blessed we are that we actually have running water just coming out of our sinks in our house. It's pretty cool. Just think about that every time you get some water. It's an amazing thing. All right, water acquired. Oh yeah. Oh, it's dark. All right. So I mentioned this to Matt at one time before, but I don't know if we actually finished the conversation because something else was going on. Now that Matt, my uncle, is a member, I've been thinking the next member-only live we do where everyone comes up on panel and does stuff, I can have a specific conversation with like Will and Matt, maybe Randy, some people who I know would show up if I asked them to, about like, hey, what time are you available and can you do this? And then I'm thinking, I give the link to the members so we can all come up on panel. Only members can access it and join, but we have it come up as public. So like Matt could be doing some gold panning. I could be doing some archery, some fishing, something like that. Maybe a mix of both. Will could be doing some fishing. Randy could be doing something. And we'll have a couple people up on panel at the same time. The members can join, get themselves out there in the public, but the public space can see it. It's just all us members doing stuff together. I think that'd be really cool. Matt and Will, you guys are in here now. Let me know if that's something that you would be like down for or not. I think that'd be pretty cool. Did I just get a text message? I did. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting messages like all my stuff from the week at college is getting graded. I had a chem exam yesterday. I went well. So. All right. I'm thinking about what rods we bring for today. Yeah, Em's gonna come. Matt, she's gonna come with us. So you will get to see your, not only your nephew, but also your niece. Yeah, I'll talk to some of the members. David from 210 do it as well. Especially if we're going public and it's not just us chopping it up. I don't have an issue with like any particular person coming on the live. But I don't want like too many people on the screen at a time because I feel like that would be difficult for like viewership purposes. I feel like we might have to cap it at 4, and then if there's some additional interest from other members, we can up it in the future. Like say, okay, Will and Randy and Matt got to do it last time, so then this time we'll have Steve and Skeeter and 210 come on or something like that. Just kind of rotate around if people want to do it. So. Quit crying. What am I crying about, Dixon? I'm a child? I don't think so. I mean, it's not what my age dictates. So, Matt says my favorite niece. Indeed. I believe that's the only one you have. I believe that's why you're saying such a thing, because she's the only one. Dixon says I'm a child. I'm a child of God. Other than that, I don't know. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, ultralight. We got the ultralight. We got to bring that. Thanks, Will. I just like to kindly respond to those people, but I'm not exactly sure what his intent here was. What really is the intent of people who come in here just to say mean things? I don't know what that's all about. So we got the ultralight. We'll definitely be bringing that. I'm thinking. We'll bring the fly rod, the 2-weight, and then that'll be all I'll bring. So the 2-weight and the ultralight. And if sister wants to fish, then I'll give her the light power rod. But I feel like she might just want to hang out. If he comes back and continues, he'll be timed out for longer. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do. I don't mind it, but it sets a bad tone for the chat. Like, people can call me names and say things about me all they want, but it's a bad tone if everybody in the chat's doing that. Randy, we were just talking about you. Says he's here. We can start now. Well, we are an hour and a half in. we just did a whole archery session, and it was really good. Really nice session. A lot of good practice got done. A lot of good conversations got had. But now we're gonna go fish, which I haven't done in a while. So hopefully I can still fish. If I can't fish, we got a problem, because that's where the channel started. It's where my outdoor journey started. It's still my favorite thing to do as far as all the things I do on the channel. It's still my favorite. So if I can't fish, we have big issues. All right. Where's this kid? She said she was coming with me. I don't know where she's at. All right. I'm headed to work on my property, but I will watch as much as I can. That's awesome. Got to put in another quarter. Yeah. I didn't get the reference there for a minute, but I figured it out in context. I just needed to think about that. Actually, here's one of the things. One of the hardest things as someone who does these lives a lot, it's actually very mentally challenging if you're like doing something and having conversations, because you're constantly switching back and forth and everything's disjointed. Your conversations with people are disjointed into these little snippets that they say and little snippets that you say as a response, and they're separated by time. And then in the midst of that, you also have sections of you actually doing your activity and then taking a mental break to chat and then coming back and then taking a mental break to chat. It's actually very mentally challenging because you're doing two disjointed activities at the same time. If you do lives a lot where you actually are doing something, not just sitting and chatting with people, because that's just one continuous activity, but doing like an activity and chatting with people at the same time, it's very difficult. Oh no, Will broke his fly rod. Dang, that's unfortunate. Stuart's in, another member. Do you crappie fish? I do, occasionally. So sister's here, say hi.
Hi.
Sister has lost her voice. Did you lose it in gymnastics practice yesterday?
Who knows?
Well, okay, there you go. Do you want to fish, or are you just coming to exist?
I have come prepared.
Is that your Bible study stuff?
See.
So
Yeah.
my sister's gonna sit and do some Bible study, Bible reading. We're gonna do the live. We're gonna close the garage door. So
Algebra.
go in and close his door, and then we'll close this door when.
Is that front door locked?
Yeah, front door's locked. Huh? I should. We'll live. We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I don't have my wind sock, so if the wind starts getting bad, I won't have anything to fix the audio with. But we're just gonna do it. Fortunately, I don't use my fly rod often, but it still sucks. Yeah, it always sucks to break a rod. Stuart caught 3 decent rainbow trout. Ems, guess what Matt's doing?
Matt, Tio Mateo.
Yeah, Tio Mateo.
Okay.
He says, tell Ems we're making pizza in the fancy oven tonight.
And you're not including me?
So when we were in Colorado, both times, Matt has a fancy little pizza oven that he makes like homemade pizzas in. They are darn good, and it's like Emmy's favorite thing in the world. Florida Jit says, what's good, little sis? Yeah, she's gonna come sit in the outdoors and do a little Bible study, and I'm gonna fish. Supposes to think storm bad tonight and tomorrow. I think where you're at also. That's highly possible. That's why I'm doing the live today, not tomorrow. So, yeah. Missy's channel says hello. Alright, where'd you go? Alright. We got the fly rod. This is a fly I actually tied with feathers that I found at a local spot for a video. But the creek that I was trying to fish them in has been terrible. It just got stocked with trout. Nobody's catching trout. I went there twice and didn't catch anything before the trout stocking, but I was just trying to catch a sunfish or something. Couldn't catch a darn thing. It's been terrible, so I postponed that video idea for a little bit. We'll come back to it in the spring. But yeah, we can get redemption, like slight redemption, go catch something on the fly. in a different creek. But my whole idea was to find these feathers next to a creek, go home, tie a fly, and then come back to that creek that we found the feathers next to and catch a fish. But I can't catch anything out of that creek right now.
Close.
Yep. Oh, yeah. All right. 3.2 pounds, 3 pounds, and 2.13 pounds. Those are some good rainbows. SB Bros is still in here. Will says I wasn't even fishing. It was set up in the back of the car. One of my dad's toolboxes slid and bent the rod. Yeah. Dang. Stuart, you haven't been fly fishing in 20 months? That's crazy. Stuart's like the fly fishing guy. All right, let's drop this camera down so that we can walk with it easier. There you go. All right, we're on the move. I'm gonna go to the creek, see what we can do.
Okay,
I had a really good archery session, Ems.
Ah.
I had an Olympic archery coach in my chat giving me some tips. He was telling me some good stuff.
That's actually funny.
Well, he knew what he was talking about. He was telling me good stuff. Yeah, Stuart does have a lot going on in his life, so that's definitely excusable. Yeah, it should catch a fish, but I couldn't catch a fish with anything anywhere on that creek recently, so. Yeah, we have 45 likes. We've got a lot of viewership. We are on the push for 1,000 subscribers. We are super close. Stuart loves to give me updates when he's in here. So, Stuart, let me know what the current subscriber count is. I imagine we're approaching that 490 mark, I'd imagine. But we're really close. We're definitely going to hit it before the end of October unless something crazy happens. So, biggest fish you've ever caught on the fly? That's a good question. I don't fly fish a ton for big stuff. I fly fish with my 2-weight, this guy, a lot because it's just fun to catch sunfish and stuff on the fly more than it is on the ultralight or anything. Catching them on a 2-weight's great. I've caught a lot of good sized trout. I've caught like a 16-inch brownie on the fly. I've caught some big rainbows on the fly, a couple little bass. If I would have landed this fish, crossover. If I would have landed this fish, I know what it would have been. But I did not land it. In one of my videos here on the channel, I was attempting to do some removal of koi fish from someone's pond, one of our guys who goes to our church, his pond, and I hooked like a 28-inch koi, but he broke me off. Other than that, it's probably that brown trout, but that definitely would have been it if I landed that fish. That was a really cool video. I removed snapping turtles for him, and then also caught some of the koi and put them in this little holding pen because he was trying to sell some of the koi and trying to remove the snapping turtles. It was a really cool video, like pond maintenance. Go check it out. It's up on the channel. It's probably a year old or so at this point. But yeah, I removed 2 snapping turtles and moved them to a different location to protect his fish in his pond. And we caught a koi in that video and put it in a holding pen. And then I left my rod with the guy who owns the pond and taught him what I was doing to catch those koi, and he caught another one and he sold both of them. It was just getting overpopulated. So, yeah, we're gonna go up to the spot up here. My pronouns are gorilla and fried chicken. Well, to each their own. That's not my style, but if that's yours, then go ahead. It was a fall fish. Ooh, yeah, fall fish are sweet. I caught a 16-inch fall fish during trout season one year. That thing was a unit.
I should take a picture of you.
Huh?
You should stand there.
Why? Oh, I know why. My sister wants me to stand over here and take a picture. I know exactly who she's going to send it to as well. This is one of the spots that I took prom photos with my girlfriend, so she's going to send it to my girlfriend. Are you done? Okay. Ozark got 3 or 4 fish last Sunday, and some people don't believe in miracles. Dude, you've been putting in the work with your fishing. I knew you were going to catch stuff here. What is a fall fish? A fall fish is, I don't know about other places, but in Pennsylvania it is the largest species of minnow. in Pennsylvania, and they can get to be like 18 or 20 inches long. They're pretty sweet. They look like a little silver torpedo. I've caught some big ones, a couple over 12, and one that was like 16 and a half, I think. So that was pretty cool. Stuart says we are at 990 subscribers. We are 10 away from 1,000. We might hit it this week.
Today.
I might hit it today. You never know. Can someone remove garbage memes TBH's comment? Thank you. We got plenty of mods in here who could do that. Rick Beatty, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but I'm trying. Says, I will subscribe. I appreciate it. Yes, SB, I am in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I crack you up. I'm having, how many people are in here? Like 9 people are in here right now. We've had at least 46 people, different people pass through because I got 46 likes today. So I imagine it's a lot more than that though. It is interesting if you look at the percentage of people who watch, who like the video. It's very interesting. Like my most recent long form has like 13 likes or something, and it got 260 views. So like 5% of the people who watch like it. So by that math, we should be able to multiply that number by 20, and I'd say we have about 900 different people who viewed today. That's my guess. 47 on Stewart's end. SB says, basically in New York, but still in PA. Huh. My parents just got up to Finger Lake section. Finger Lake section in New York today for a week-long vacation. Sunday. It's Sunday, right? Sunday's mom's birthday? No, weekend long. Sorry. Good catch, sister. Sunday's mom's birthday. That true? Yeah. So, birthday weekend for my mom. There's a cat. Nice looking cat. Matt says I forget to like. No, that's fair. Alright. Yep. This one. Bless the next generation. Deuteronomy 8:18. Deuteronomy's cool. We're in Leviticus on Wednesday nights at church right now. Yes. This is the path to get down the creek. There's a little path here. Everybody uses this, so I'm sure that dog barks all day. Alright, see, stair step down to the creek. And there's the basketball court too, next to the creek. What is Deuteronomy 8:18? The guy I was fishing with caught a 9 to 10 pound brown today. Put it back on mark. That is sweet. I've never seen a brown that big in my life. Where are we going? To the creek.
Wait, it's 8:18?
Deuteronomy 8:18.
You should remember the Lord your God, because he gives you the power to produce wealth, confirming his covenant with your ancestors.
Okay, so he said bless the next generation, so I guess he's coming from that confirming the covenant with ancestors aspect. There you go. Thanks, Stuart. The Hunter says hi. We were just doing some archery practice a little bit ago. SB Bros, I don't know if I finished answering your question. We're going to the creek, which is right here. I haven't fished here in a couple months because I've just been so busy. It's my local creek. Nothing fancy about it, but it's local and it holds a special place in my heart because of all the stuff I've done here throughout the years. Before I could drive, I'd always come down here and do stuff because I could walk here. But we haven't been here in a long time because typically if I'm going to spend my time fishing, I go somewhere a little bit more exciting. But it's always good to get back to the roots at the creek, see what's going on. Stuart says he just sent me the photos, so I'll check those out after the live. Thanks, Stu. It is interesting. I have the contact information of most of my members because of how ingrained they are with the channel. I inevitably end up getting it. I have Randy's. I have some contact with Skeeter. Obviously, I got Matt. He's my uncle. Steve, I don't have a direct line of communication with, but Randy I do, Will I do, Stu I do. Yeah, it is. It used to not look like this. This tree that squirrel's crawling over. There's the squirrel. Whoa, zoomed out too far. How about right there? That's good. It used to be standing up for the longest time. You guys can, in some of my videos, you can see, look back to some of my videos from a year or two ago, that tree's standing up. This one too. That one's actually more recent. That one, the last time I was here, that one was standing up. It's looking a lot different than it used to. Pretty crazy. All right, we'll start with the ultralight, see if we can get a fish on the board. And see what happens. What's up?
I'm gonna walk that way a little bit.
Alright, sounds good to me. Oh, there's
Yeah,
a
my
little bass
phone.
in there. Alright, we're gonna get the little bass. He's aggressive, and he's pretty decent size. I mean, in the grand scale of bass, he's small, but in the grand scale of bass, he's pretty small, but as far as for this creek, he's pretty big. He keeps swiping. He doesn't commit very well. Oh, there's 3 of them. Good Lord. There's 3 bass. Well, we got a bluegill. Hold still. Oh. We got ourselves a bluegill, but the bass are just not committing very aggressively. They're swiping a lot, but I don't have Raptor's number. Raptor, maybe you should email it. There's a lot of bass in there. I really want to catch one. I haven't caught a bass out of here in quite a while, but we got a fish on the board. I think that's another bluegill. Yep. The bluegill are committing more than the bass, and the bass are like twice their size. I mean, it is getting to that time of the year where they start to do weird feeding habits, so maybe that's what's going on. Open your mouth. Hold on. All right, you rascal. Here we go. There he is. Bass are just not committing, man. Oh, there's a bullhead. Whoa. If we catch another bluegill, we'll toss a piece of the, we'll cut them up and toss them out on this rig for the bullhead.
Number one. Oh my goodness. So lovely. I saw the deer.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I think that's a greenie. Yeah, green sunfish. We're going to use this guy as bait. Oh, there you go. A deer. Is it a buck or a doe? Doe. We're going to use this guy as bait. Expedite the circle of life, if you will. See if we can catch that bullhead. It's a good sized one.
Almost stepped on him.
If you want, I can give Nolan my email to pass on to you guys. Yeah, I can do that. If you're not still alive when I'm done, see ya. All right. We are going to expedite the circle of life. This guy's a bait fish that is prey for many animals or many creatures of the water. And we are going to expedite that, use him as some bait, and see if we can catch that bullhead. That'll be a cool catch. I haven't caught a bullhead in here in a while either. Cut that head. All right, do we think this is gonna work? Someone in chat, give me a time estimate on how long you think it's gonna take for me to hook into this bullhead. We're just gonna remove the plastic that I was using, soft plastic that I used. We're gonna toss on a piece of this cut sunfish and see if we can get ourselves that bullhead catfish. He's a little guy. All right, let's see if I can spot him first. All right, let's take a look at chat. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Ozarks is getting busy. Thanks for coming in, Ozarks. We're gonna see if we can get this bullhead. We'll leave that sit, and in the meantime, we'll do a little bit of fishing with the fly. Ozark says, hope I get to 1,000 this evening. Well, I do as well. I appreciate you guys. We got to 500 about this time last year, so we've gained 500 in less than a year. That's pretty sweet. There's a squirrel. Ooh, we had a dry fly take. Maybe I should practice my squirrel call for squirrel hunting. I haven't seen that bullhead since I tossed it in, but I'm looking at these squirrels. See if I can get one to stop and look at me with my squirrel call. Nah, he's searching for something. He's not gonna look at me. How many people we got in here? There you go, 9. I can't see because it's up in the sky up there. The white numbers are up in the sky. All right, we are going to zoom out. We're gonna recast this thing, see if we can put it in the spot where that bullhead is. I haven't seen him since I tossed it in. Rick says, I'm still here. Well, I appreciate it. We are mostly going for that bullhead. We could catch some more sunfish, maybe catch those bass, but that bullhead is the most exciting thing. Most exciting thing in this pool of water is a big old bullhead. So if we can catch him, that'd be a pretty cool catch. There used to be some quillback in here, and that's a species I haven't caught to put on my list yet. So catching, if the quillback ever come back, then we'll be hitting this hole pretty frequently. Lob the bullhead for a fatty. Yeah, there's no fatties in this creek. The bullhead's probably the biggest thing in here. Biggest fish I ever catch out of this creek are suckers. Biggest one I think I've caught is an 18-inch sucker, but they feed on like algae and plankton and stuff. So it's not the same thing as catching like a big bass. My sling, but we're gonna entertain myself by throwing some walnuts at trees across the way. Left. If you guys haven't seen it, I did a recent video with my shepherd sling tossing walnuts at like 100 miles an hour at trees. It's a pretty cool video. I love using my sling. That's Randy's favorite thing to see me do on the channel. I love my shepherd sling. There you go. But I can just generally throw them pretty well too. The mechanics, the timing's different, but the mechanics of throwing just a standard baseball and throwing the sling are very similar. Oh, just missed the further one. Just missed it. Got it. I know, I was just thinking a fatty flatty would be nice though. Yeah. Ah, we hit both those trees. Let's hit this one now. Oh, just over top. Also just over top. Oh, still over top. Got it. No bullhead right here. We'll recast it. Toss it back over here. Oh, boy. already. Got a couple people hanging out. We're just waiting for bites. What should we aim at now? With the old walnut. Let's aim. Oh, there's a park bench over there. That'd be a pretty good throw if we could hit the park bench. Set you guys up right here. See the park bench right there next to the tennis court? See if we can get him. Hit the fence next to it. Fence again. Oh, that's good. Right. We'll back you guys up so you can see. We're just having fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Randy does stuff like this a lot on his lives. He just likes to have fun. We're waiting for a bite and entertaining ourselves. Oh, that's good. Oh, just over top, too far. Good distance, too far to the right. Too far right. Oh. I slipped on another walnut. I just did it again. I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh boy. Oh, this bullhead better pick up the bait soon or I'm gonna hurt myself. We gotta just do a one step. Right. Fence. Close. Got it. Boom. Should have used that bluegill to catch the bullhead. Yeah, I'm using a chunk of the green sunfish, so essentially the same thing. He just suddenly disappeared. He was fighting with the bass for the bait, and then he's gone. Does your sister fish also? Every once in a while, but not really. I'm like the main outdoorsman in my general family. I got people on my dad's side who hunt and fish a lot. A lot of serious hunters. Pretty serious hunters, not like super serious, just deer guys. Some people fish. I'm the most serious fisherman out of any of them. She's more of a fish thrower, yeah. I'm the most serious fisherman out of all of them, but there's some other good fishermen out there. I'm the only one other than Matt who gold pans, but I got Matt into gold panning. Matt has done some hunting, does a little bit of fishing. Matt's a shooting sports guy. Matt likes some shooting sports. Matt's a pretty good shot. But yeah, I'm definitely the most well-rounded outdoorsman out of anybody in either side of my family. When my grandpa was in his heyday, he could probably be up there on the list with me. But I just have so much variety. He's a good hunter, though. He's definitely a good hunter. Hunted for geese and ducks and deer and all the stuff. We'll go back for that bench, see if we can hit it again. Oh, knocked off that tree. Close, very close. Oh, that's good. Oh, maybe a foot. Oh, that was bad. Don't worry about that one. Fence. Ooh. Close. I got a sweet brown last week, yeah. Matt was on if I'm correct, it was like a work trip related to someone he's kind of employed by. He can confirm or deny or elaborate or not, whatever he wants. I'm just giving general statements. Like some sort of work trip by someone he's employed by. They went on a fishing trip, and Matt caught some really good dandy-sized brown trout. See if you can make one in the basketball hoop all the way over there. Good Lord. All right. I gotta clear a runway so I don't slip on more walnuts and get a running start. Clear a little runway. That's a really far throw. I'll give it a shot though. It made it to the basketball court, so I have distance, but it was nowhere close to the hoop. I hit the fence on the other side of the tennis court, so it didn't quite make it. I need my sling. I can throw them like 600 feet with my sling. I'll give it 2 more tries. I don't think it's happening, but you can't say I didn't try. Also made it to the basketball court, so we're getting enough distance. It's probably, let's do my distance estimating trick. It's probably about 50 yards away. Alright, we're gonna save my arm. Worth a shot though, yeah, we tried. Let's check on this bullhead rig. I think the bullhead might have just disappeared, because I don't think this got touched either. Okay, so my line was stuck on a stick. That didn't help that didn't help me. I guess that's what I'm saying. Alright, here's the new strategy. I'm gonna take, because I have the rest of that sunfish to use if I need. I'm gonna chuck this in the area I saw the bullhead, watch it, keep messing around with that plastic that I caught the sunfish on, and see if I can get one of those bass or something. If I spot that bullhead again, I'll pull the cut bait back out, cast it back at the bullhead, and see if he comes back around for the cut bait. I had a visual on him and now I don't, so we're gonna see if we can get back to having a visual. I see a baby snapping turtle, and we caught another sunfish. This, ooh, there you go, another species, red breast sunfish. Red breast. There he is. I think that little baby snapping turtle might come and take a chunk out of that cut bait that I chucked in there. $150 feet, yep. That's math for you. 51 likes, thank you guys. And we are very close to 1,000. Last time I got an update, we were 9 away. We're super close, guys. Oh, that was a shiner. Or a chub, actually. There we go. There's one of those bass. Alright, so we got the second best catch that I could get out of here. Is a little bass. Or second most interesting, rather. It should be a little largy, but... Yep, little largy. Baby guy, but that's probably the smallest one of those 4 in there that I was seeing. Good little largy. Rick says, I hope you hit 1,000, kiddo. Thank you, kiddo. I haven't been called that in a while. I don't think since I turned 18 someone's called me a kiddo, but hey, I think it's fair. Like, until you're like 30, people older than you will call you kiddo. I'm going to create a few fake accounts to get to 1,000. You don't have to do that, Matt. Mom's texting me from the Finger Lakes. If you weren't in here earlier, my parents are up at the Finger Lakes for the weekend. Sister and I are here alone. Uh-oh, I got a stick. It's a big one. Can you guys hear that buzzing? I got a big stick. Alright, we got my lure back, but we might have spooked the whole joint because I pulled in that stick. Yeah, stickerel. Where are you and M at the stream? That's what my mom just texted me. Yes, we are at the stream. I don't know where Emmy's at. I could yell at her to text her back because I can't text until the live's over. Oh, it's a group chat, so Emmy is saying it. My sister is on it. I caught another stick, the next cast. I don't know if I'm going to get this one back. Oh, I got it. We got it. So I'm watching the piece of cut bait down there. It hasn't even been touched. Oh, what is that? That's big. I think it's a big chub. It is, it's a big chub. That's pretty sweet. The chubs in the fall get real big in here. This is always the time when I catch the biggest chubs. That's a really nice sized creek chub. Check that out. That's actually pretty cool. That's a big creek chub. Beautiful colors on them too. Those pinks. That's cool. I just did a Gyutaku of a creek chub. Gyutaku learning curve video is going to be the next one out on the channel. Voyager members and higher, which most of my members are Voyager level or higher. They've seen a time lapse of me putting together a Gyutaku of a common shiner, a cutlips minnow, and a creek chub, a 3-in-1. That one was really tough to do, but it turned out pretty well. You guys will see that video pretty soon. I can't give you an exact day, but pretty soon. Oh, I think I had another little bass. Tree pounder, oh yeah. 11 people in here, 54 thumbs up, thank you guys. We're getting some good watch time, some good views, and we're approaching 1,000 subscribers. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I do appreciate it. We're approaching that 1,000. Other things I do here on the channel include gold panning and rock hounding and lots more types of fishing, slingshot, atlatl, shepherd sling, camping, ooh, I just missed a fish. Camping, bushcrafting. We do all sorts of outdoor stuff. I just love to experiment, try new things, learn along with you guys in the outdoors. I love the outdoors in general and the adventure. So whatever it is in the outdoors, I just experiment with it. There's no specific specific topic. I just love to experiment and try stuff out and bring you guys along. Ooh. Oh. My phone's going crazy over here. What's going on? Please show my name out to the whole entire life. I don't know what that means, but Ramo Khan asked that. Are you asking me to share you out? I got to get to know you first. Oh, big chub. Big chub. Well, I caught a little chub, but there's a really big one, even bigger than that last one down there. And he was in hot pursuit of the bait before this guy grabbed it. Let's see if we can get him. One of the things we got to do now that I've done some videos on it is do some ice fishing live this year. Hopefully, well, here's my deal. There's two hopes I have. I hope that it either doesn't get cold enough to freeze over, or it gets really cold and we can do ice fishing, because the worst time of the year as far as fishing goes is when there's a little thin film of ice over the lakes and creeks, so you can't fish them, but it's not safe to go stand on them either. We don't want the in-between. Either give us a nice warm winter where we can go fish open water, or give us some ice fishing. But ice fishing lives would be cool. I did a couple videos on them last year. I like to do videos and have a more informative approach first if I'm doing something brand new, and then I can do some lives on it later. That's why I didn't do any gold panning lives before the gold panning video was out. Oh, we got something. I think it's another chub. Yep, we are on the chubs now. Creek chub. Number 3? I think it's 3. By the way, we are using a 1/64 ounce trout magnet jig head in gold with a Euro tackle Euro grub. Is what we're using for the bait. Catch these fish. Big chub. I got him. He's huge. Oh my goodness, it's a big chub. Come here, buddy. Huh. Oh my goodness, that's the biggest chub I've caught in years. That's a mega. Oh my gosh. That is a beautiful, huge chub. Check out the colors on him too. Oh my gosh. Look at him. That's beautiful. Look at the colors. The pink on the face. Let's get a measurement on the rod. Sorry about that sudden jolt there. He goes from the bottom of the rod. We'll start from right here. From the middle of the reel seat up to the L on Tech Light. I'll release him. I want to get him back quick. Let's get the tape measure out. and figure out, send it to Philly. Yeah, that would be a big flathead bait. Let's get the tape measure out and see how long that guy was. I think my PB is like 12 inches. That was not 12, but that was a long time ago I caught that one. He's probably close to 9. That was a good one. Yeah, that was probably close to a 9-inch creek chub. I haven't caught one that big in a long time. Jacob Oslin says hi. Thanks for coming in. Didn't see you before. Oh, the zippers are kind of corroded from the last saltwater trip. Stuart says I got 6 to go. We are almost at that 1,000. All right, let's get the tape measure out, see how big that chub was. That's probably the biggest one I've caught in 2 years. It's a mega chub. He is from the middle of the reel seat to the L, which is 8 3/4 inches. Yeah, I probably haven't caught one that big in a couple of years. That was a good one. Wrap up the, where'd I put the, oh, it's in my pocket. All right, we gotta wrap up the tape. That was a really good chub. Really good chub. Probably not a lot of people get excited about that, but good sized chubs are a cool fish. They get really good colors as they get bigger. The little ones are almost always super pale, but the big ones have great colors. They fight hard. They can be great flathead baits, as Stuart said. Great baits for catfish. They're a really cool fish if you learn how to appreciate them. But it's definitely not something that everybody appreciates. All right. What time is it? 6:01. We might end up doing a 3-hour live stream today. It's gonna get dark here soon. As it starts getting dim, I gotta go find my sister and we gotta start working our way back home. But we've had some good archery today, some good fishing. It's been an awesome live here today, and we are super close to 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Let's check on our Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I think our cut bait finally got picked up by something. I didn't see it happen because I was so focused on other things, but we're gonna chuck a piece of cut bait back in the same spot that one was at, and we're gonna let it sit. We're gonna go on a mission to go find my sister, and hopefully by the time we get back, something will have picked up the cut bait. That's the goal. Alright, we got the bail open. Got it set up with the bail open. Let's go see if I can find my sister. This might be a challenge. I have no idea where she went. She was this way. She was back behind me, that is, but this way has better visibility, so I'll look this way. If I don't see her, then I'll go back the other way. We're going on a sister hunt. I don't see her, so we're gonna walk this way. All right. I love doing little interactive things with the chat. Let me know the time estimate for how long it's going to take to find my sister. Starting from right now, I'll get a clock starting from now, 6:04 exactly. We'll see how long it takes to find my sister. And then we'll see if we have a bullhead by the time I get back from doing that. That's the real question. I don't know where she went. Emmy! Emmy! Okay. No verbal response. So my gold panning video, the spot in which I started, was on this bridge, and I went down there for the first section of gold panning. In that video, we didn't find anything other than some lead. But all right, we don't know where my sister is. I'm thinking it takes us a whole 5 minutes to find her. Lots of squirrels running around right now. Lots of them. So given that I can't find her over here with a verbal response, yeah, get her one of those hunting dog collars. I'm thinking she's over here and I just didn't spot her. It's Village O River. Yeah. Yeah, this is a nice little place. I have a lot of yard work clients in here. That's how I make most of my money nowadays. Because with college scheduling and stuff for the channel, I like to have flexibility. So I do a lot of yard work stuff. I teach a couple trumpet lessons, and I do per diem work for the township that I live in. That's how I make my money. Most of my income comes from yard work, and I got like 4 clients in this neighborhood that I do. All right, where is she? Oh, there's some ducks right there. Doing a nice little meander. Emmy! Oh, there's some more. I just scared more when I yelled. All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I can't find her. So, we're gonna fish for a couple more minutes for this bullhead. And then we will end the live and I will call her. I guess this is how all you people who didn't grow up with cell phones felt. You can never find anybody. You just had to trust that they'd come back at the time they were supposed to. I have no idea where she is. And the only way I can contact her is with my phone, which is currently being used. I grew up in the age of cell phones. Most people had a cell phone from the time I was like 10. So, not most kids, but like that's when cell phones kind of were like a thing that everybody had. I do remember like my mom and dad having flip phones and stuff, but it was not always that way. Call her is more important. Yeah, no, she's doing a Bible study. She's around here. I don't need to find her. Like, I'm not worried about her. I just actually don't know where she is. So, she's... True, we lost a few along the way. No, she's a responsible young girl. She'll call me if she actually needs something. I just don't know where she is. So, I'm not concerned about it. I'm going to finish up live and then I'll call her. We got a crawfish on there. Yeah. I do appreciate your genuine concern about the situation. It's good to see. It's always good to see good people concerned about the right things. I'm not actually worried about her. I just actually don't know where she is. So she's probably trying to get away from me and all my yapping to the camera to go quietly do her Bible study. That's probably why I can't find her. Oh, she just texted me. It says, I'm down the creek a little. So downstream is that way. So I don't know what that means, but we'll go find her after the live's over. We've been going since about 3:30. It's 6:09. We will cut it at 6:15. So we got 6 minutes to see if this bullhead comes out to play. And if he doesn't, we'll come back for him another day. All right. Let's do some more walnut throwing. I dropped that one. Redemption. There we go. Let's go fishing. Es muy favorito video. Yep. See, just text her to find you. Yep. I will indeed. Yeah. Sometimes I like to have fun going on a little sister hunt without access of the phone. But if I actually needed her, I'd cut the live and go find her. But all right, let's throw a walnut at that tree again. What's my favorite type of frog? I don't think I've ever got that question before, but my favorite type of frog would probably be, what are those Asian toads that are like flat? Those are pretty cool. You can probably find it. I used to watch a lot of I still do. He's a cool guy, makes cool stuff. A lot of Serpa design, and he has these two like toads that are flat. I know that's not. They're not technically frogs, but those are pretty cool. I like those. Poison dart frogs. They're colorful. Those are always cool. Good old bullfrog. That's always cool. I listen to a lot of Duck Dynasty stuff, and they do a lot of frog hunting. Eat some frog legs. That's something I'll have to do at some point as a video. I've never done that, but that'd be pretty cool. Bullfrog. Yeah, bullfrog would be cool. I've heard they taste really good. Frog legs are good. Oh. One attempt. Two attempts. To the left or to the right of it. Got it. 3 attempts to hit that tree. 9 people in here, 54 thumbs up. We got 4 minutes, so we're gonna call the live. Start working up my way back home. Sister and I are gonna go to dinner somewhere. Last time we were solo without the parental units. If you don't know, I have a younger sister who's 14. I'm 18. I'm a freshman in college. She's a freshman in high school, but our parents are away right now. So we're gonna go find some dinner. Last time we were alone and went to go get some dinner by ourselves. We went to Chipotle, and I had a coupon for being a YouTube partner through YouTube to get a free Chipotle meal. So I got a free bowl, and my sister's, I paid for it, but we only paid for half the meal. I don't think that's going to happen today because I don't have any free YouTube coupons, but I just thought you YouTube watchers would find that funny. The last time I did this, I had some YouTube discount. Good throw. Did I hit the 1,000? I don't think quite, but we are close. I'm going to plan on releasing a short probably tomorrow. I'm going to edit it tonight. Once I hit that, I'll put a community post out. Obviously, that's a big milestone. I'll get ad revenue then. I get membership and fan support revenue right now, but I don't get any ad revenue yet, so that'd be kind of cool. Just hitting that 4-digit milestone would be pretty cool. I really appreciate all you guys who support me. It's really fun what I do, and the reason why it's fun to make content on YouTube is because of the community. It's fun to just do the stuff, but the reason why the YouTube side of it is fun is the community. So I really appreciate you guys for making that community a great place, and yeah, it's a big milestone, and it's because of you guys that I keep doing it. Obviously, I have to put some hard work forth to get to that point, but I wouldn't be motivated to do it if you guys didn't make it a fun community. So, Delvin says, I have Bible study in 1 hour. There you go. That's awesome. I realized a couple weeks ago, and it's now, I've brought it up multiple times in conversations because it's cool. With all the Bible study stuff I'm doing lately, I have a Bible book for every day of the week if I wanted to. I don't do in that format, but I could do a Bible book every day of the week, just one, and I'd still have enough. On Wednesday night at our Bible study at our church, we are going through Leviticus. On Tuesday nights at Disciple Makers, which is a Bible study on my college campus, we are going through Matthew. On Sundays at church, I think we just finished. So we just finished 2 Corinthians. I don't know what we're going to next. Probably another of the Pauline epistles. with my girlfriend, we are going through 1 Samuel. And then on my own, I rotate through depending on how I feel in the morning. I wake up, read my Bible. That's always the first thing I do. I'm rotating through Psalms, Proverbs, and Joshua. So depending on how I feel. But I could just do one every day of the week and I'd have enough. It's cool to be going through so much stuff at the same time because your head's always in it. And then as you're reading, you're like, oh, this connects to what I read last week. And it's pretty sweet. There you go. All right. I don't think we got one, but we're going to reel it in and call it a day. Matt Mendoza says hi. Delvin says, my parents Christian. Ooh. All right, unfortunately no bullhead today, but that leaves aspirations for next time. Ugh, nasty. Get rid of that. Toss the rest of this guy back. Whoa. I'm gonna go now. Good luck to you. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you popping in. Thanks for the support. Matt says my cat died. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. Kilometer VR says, have you caught anything so far? We caught quite a few fish. We also did some archery earlier in this live. It's been a good day. Yeah, we caught a little bass, a couple really nice sized creek chubs, some sunfish, that sort of thing. Normal creek fish. You like Bible and the weather. Point catches. Caches. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Delvin, but I do like the Bible. That's true. Everyone always has the right to disagree with me, but I'm never one to shy away from the things I believe, and I talk about it because I find it cool. If you don't like it, that's okay. But that's what I like, so. Oh, just missed. Do you play Fortnite? I do not. The Bible and the weather. Yeah, I mean, weather right now is cool, so I'm enjoying the weather today. All right, guys, we have just about hit our time. I appreciate everyone coming in. I gotta get myself packed up here. Sister and I are gonna make it back to the house before it gets dark. We're gonna find a place to eat some dinner. I'm gonna do some homework tonight, do some video editing for you guys tonight. I got a couple projects I'm in the midst of working on. Leslie, I said hi to you earlier. I'll say hi again. Hello. But yeah, I got a couple video projects I'm working on. I should have a short out tomorrow. I'm working on the Gyutaku learning curve video. I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy that one. A lot of people don't do that, and I did some species that people don't really do. So I think it'll be something that you guys really enjoy. Yeah, we are super close to 1,000. If I get lucky, maybe that short will push me over the edge, but I think probably we're going to be maybe another week or so before we hit it, if we don't hit it today. But we're getting close, guys. I really appreciate you. It's going to be a good day when we get there, and I really appreciate it. God bless. Have a good dinner. Thanks, Delvin. You guys as well. Appreciate everyone for coming in. I'm going to close it up, pack up, and start working back towards the house. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We did a lot of cool stuff today. See you all later. Signing off.